So I've been a entrepreneur my whole life. I've only recently like admitted that recently because I feel like it's kind of like a BS word and like gloaty kind of word. There's a lot of assholes on X that are like, how to 10x your business in 20 days, you know. But I grew up in the age of Tony Robbins when he first was
Mm.
really getting started, big motivational speaker. Back in the world where, like when I was in high school, I remember I like bought a like there was turnkey solutions where you could buy a 1-900 number and connect it to a dating site, to like a phone-based dating service, right? And you could white label it. So like back in high school, I was like buying 900 numbers and advertising them in the newspaper. You know, that was the big thing back
Were,
then. And
was that pimping? Were you like?
these
I
were
mean, that
th-
sounds
this
that sounds
was
like pimping to me.
it was dating. It wasn't pimping. But
Okay.
of course, with your you know, generous gratuity, who knows what's going to happen? No, it was just lame ass dating, voicemail dating, you know. But back in middle school, I used to go to Chinatown and buy a bunch of these specific candies that everyone is into, and I used to sell them. Um, I used to sell, was it a high school or was it middle school? It was the end of middle school. I was selling Playboys. My my dad, which he has no boundaries, he was like, here's all my old Playboys. He gave me like a stack like that. Literally, it was a stack of old Playboys, and I sold them for like $1 a piece to middle school kids. And man, they were like stealing money from their parents to pay for it. Like I love business. That was a bad example to use, but I love business of
Selling porn to kids. I love
I was a
business.
kid. Okay, you can't arrest me for that.
He was a kid. He was a kid. For
Yeah, I was
context,
selling drugs, but I was also an addict. Not my fault.
it's
Um,
not his fault.
yeah, but yeah, out of high school, I ran, like I didn't do well in high school at all. I went for 3 years. My last year, I had a 0.83 GPA, which is very low. I've never met anyone that had that low of a GPA and didn't skip school. Um, but I always had businesses. Back in high school, I had a business called Extreme Technology. It was like X hyphen Treem. It was in the 90s. And we sold motherboards and computer parts online and actually made some pretty good money.